What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So technically we're here with another post-trade deadline rebuild. We're talking about a team that wasn't very active at the deadline. While they did make some trades this offseason and they made a trade during the mid-season point, but we thought there was another trade coming guaranteed from this team, and it just did not happen. So let's go ahead and talk about the state of the Brooklyn Nets, and let's do this. I guess this isn't really a post-trade deadline, but this is kind of a Brooklyn Nets rebuild where they are now. So let's jump in and talk about it. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. YouTube tells me about 57% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed. So if you do fall on that 57%, want to change that as we're on the road to 50,000 subs, that'd be greatly appreciated. But the Brooklyn Nets, of course, the guy I'm talking about is Cameron Johnson. Everyone thought Cameron Johnson was going to be moved at the deadline because he is a player that would just fit on a ton of contending teams. It seems like the Nets asking price was maybe a little too high for teams, if I had to guess. So maybe in the offseason it will be revisited, but obviously he is a guy that can come in, space the floor, and be a really good knockdown shooter, being at 6'8" as well on top of that. So that's why he, in my opinion, would be a valuable commodity anywhere. They, of course, traded Finney Smith and the Lakers trade for D'Angelo Russell. And then they have Cam Thomas. They have Nicholas Claxton still. So there is some interesting things on this roster. But what will this team look like in the future remains to be seen. It's all going to start with the lottery as usual. We shouldn't be very good, although Cam Johnson might have something to say about, or sorry, Cam Thomas might have something to say about that. I honestly might keep him out for the rest of the season because, dude, he is so good in 2K. It's actually ridiculous. Like, he's great in real life, don't get me wrong, but in 2K, he is a whole different animal. He's like almost Luka Doncic, kind of. Like, he leads teams to a championship. We've seen it in simulation. So I got to keep him out for the rest of the season because I want to embrace the tank for the rest of the year. So I will see you guys at the end of this season where hopefully we'll have a great lottery pick and we can start to build with that alongside everything else we have. So at the end of year one, Jokic is your MVP, Sar is your rookie of the year, Naz Reid sixth man, Anthony Davis defensive player, then Amin Thompson most improved, Trae Young clutch player, and Mark is your coach of the year, and Murphy is your executive. So here's your All-NBA first team. Obviously, we're not going to have any Nets here, so I'm not really going to... Oh, I guess we have Claxton, of course, on all defensive team. Didn't want to sleep on that notion, but we did not make the playoffs, which is what I wanted. I kept Cam Thomas out as promised for the rest of the season. Now, we almost made it into the play-in, so our pick may not be that great unless we get lucky. So we didn't like tank that well, in my opinion. But so maybe we could have just kept him in. But if we did, we probably would have made the playoffs, I think. But let's go ahead and see who goes on to win it all. It's gonna be Knicks and Celtics, and Knicks and Mavericks, and the Knicks going to win it all in 6 games. Now, for retirements, Chris Paul is calling it a career, which we'll leave that all the way it is. And now here is the moment of truth. Are we gonna get lucky? That is what remains to be seen. So what pick are we projected to get? So we have the 8th overall projection. We have a 7% chance, give or take, to jump up to the top 4. So let's see if we can't watch this bad boy and see if it happens. So Jazz will have a lottery pick via the Timberwolves, which is insane. Wow, I can't believe the Timberwolves missed the playoffs. So the Thunder go on to... Did the Timberwolves really miss the playoffs? The Thunder get the Clippers pick. They missed it too. Rockets miss it. Or no, that's the Phoenix pick, which that's not too surprising. And then number 11. So far, no one's jumped up, by the way, which is good. So we got Spurs. Everything's staying the same. We'd love to get lucky here. Chicago, 3% chance to jump up. And it is Chicago. Okay, so far, so good. Number 9 is going to be the Thunder. This is, I don't even know what pick this is from. It's okay. What is this from? This is from Philadelphia. Okay. Yeah, because that Philadelphia pick is apparently only like top 6 protected. And then this is us. Do we jump up? Please, 2K. Give it to me. Oh my goodness, it happened. We have jumped up to the top 4. So we have a top 4 pick. Let's see if we get lucky and get like number 1 or something, though. Toronto Raptors are going to have 7. So we know that we'll at least be in the top 4. We got to watch the rest of this in dramatic fashion, don't we? So Miami is going to have number 6. Number 5, we'll see who drops out in the top 4. So Pelicans. Who is it, though? It's going to be the Pelicans. Okay. So moment of truth. I would love to obviously be in the top 3, if nothing else. Don't be 4, please. That's all I'm asking. Do not be 4, and it is not 4. Okay, so we walk away with one of the top 3 prospects. I prefer not to draft Ace Bailey today because I've had him in the last couple of videos, I feel like, or the last couple of times we've done these, and we will have number 3. So I guess we'll just be getting whoever falls to us, which sucks because, again, I don't really want to draft Ace Bailey today, but I guess if I have to, I'll have to. So Washington, number 2, and then number 1, that's going to be... Utah. So I mean, if nothing else, we walk away with the 3rd overall pick. You really can't be too mad about that. But again, like I said, I'd prefer if it's not Ace Bailey today because I've had him in so many videos lately. So we'll just kind of see how it works out. I'm hoping he does not get drafted to us. But do we draft or do we trade Cameron Johnson right now? We have 3, 18, and 21, and 30. 4 first rounders, which is crazy. Do I trade my asset right now or do I wait? I could also trade Claxton technically too, which I would not be opposed to, just, you know, fully selling everything off and just resetting this to the absolute ground. I would not be opposed to that with 4 first-round picks coming in. So I might trade one of these guys on draft night to pick up. I don't know. Do we really need to pick up? No, we don't need to pick up extra picks in this draft, honestly. We have 4 of them already. So let's just draft first, and then we'll trade those guys later. So fingers crossed, Ace Bailey goes one of the first 2 picks. So Cooper Flag, of course, Utah, Washington. Please take Ace Bailey. Yes, okay, we get it. We get a different player. So Dylan Harper, I'm so happy with that because, like I said, I did not want to draft Ace Bailey today. So Dylan Harper, welcome to Brooklyn. Very happy to have you. So that is a fantastic start to this rebuild. Okay, now we get to go picking at 18. So we have Hugo Gonzalez. We have the Duke forward that I know pretty much nothing about. I'll learn more about him in March Madness, I assume. That's when I usually start watching college basketball. Or at least it was like the last year I watched it pretty good. This year I'll probably try to do the same. So welcome Conrad, and then Miami takes Ben Seraph, and then Hugo goes to Dallas. All right, so we get 21 now. We have Alex, Nick Clifford, Visich. Visich is from Arkansas. What else we got? Drake Powell, Ian Jackson, Dink. Is there anybody else that stands out? Not necessarily. So I think, well, what about Jalil Bethea? I mean, we just drafted the guard already. I guess I'll take a big just in case. So a Visich will be my other pick. And then at number 30, we'll see what we get here. So we have JT Toppin. Drake Powell to me is a no-brainer. I'm going to take him. So that will be my draft. And then we have, we had an early second as well. So sure, why not? Let's see what else we got. Michael Ruzic still on the board. Why not? So that is a pretty good haul, in my opinion, in this draft. 5 picks in this draft, so this is going to be a whole revented roster. Drake Powell, Visich, Conrad, and Dylan Harper, all welcome to Brooklyn. Just kidding, we can't sign them all. Okay, so we might have to, well, who's under contract that I need to trade away? I don't know. I mean, everyone's got an option, I guess. I could trade Maxwell Lewis. I guess I just can't simply draft Michael Ruzic. I wish I could two-way him, but fortunately won't let me. Okay, so we get our 4 first-round picks signed at least, but Keon Johnson, Wilson, Noah Klein, and Derek Whitehead can all be accepted. And then qualifying offers, Zaire Williams, Cam Thomas, and Dayron Sharp. That it's fine to extend those. All right. And then for free agency, we have, I mean, we have cap space if we desire to use it, but I don't think I will. I'll simply just resign Cam Thomas and maybe resign Zaire Williams as well. But I'm going to go ahead and start to explore some trades, especially for Cam Johnson. And I think, I usually don't do this, but I also think I'm going to trade Claxton as well. I'm going to go for a full reset. And we could take again because I know we have our pick next year. At least it should be the case. I'm pretty sure. Let's go look at our future draft picks. 2026. It says we don't have it, but I'm pretty sure the Nets got that back in real life. So, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they did. So, I'm going to start with a Johnson trade. Let's move him to small forward. Might even make his value even better. Yeah, so that will look good. And I'll see you guys once we have a trade that we like. Not going to lie to you, this is probably my favorite trade of the bunch, where we get Ron Holland for Cameron Johnson. Detroit, you know, maybe wants some more shooting. They're in the market of trying to be better. So, Ron Holland could come over here. They already have spacing issues in Detroit as is. So with Asar Thompson and Ron Holland, they aren't the greatest fits next to each other. There's like Cam Johnson can make a bunch of sense for them. I would love to squeeze a first out of them too. I just don't know if I'll be able to. So let's see if we're able to. They want Drake Powell and a pick swap. No, we're not doing that. So what if it's like a later pick, like 2029 per se? What do you say to that? So they want a Washington swap. Can't do that. I'll trade you a couple seconds. And maybe I can throw you like, I don't know, you want Maxwell Lewis as well. I don't know if he'll ever become anything for us. What do you say? They want a couple seconds. We get another first round pick, lottery protected. Sure, why not? Let's do it. So just like that, get a pretty damn good haul for Cameron Johnson. That is a great start. And now I'm going to see what we could potentially get for Claxton. Another trade I really like, where the Lakers are going to give me Dalton Connect and Gabe Vincent. I mean, the Lakers traded Connect to try to get Mark Williams, so I don't think it's crazy to say that they could trade him potentially for Claxton. So I like this a lot. Now, I would love to get a first rounder out of them as well if possible. I don't know if I'll get that lucky, but I'm going to try. Of course, you got to try. I don't think there's like a player I could throw in here, honestly, unfortunately. So let's see what they just say to that. So they want Drake Powell, and then we give them the 2027 top 10 protected Philadelphia pick. I don't know about that. I can't get there, I don't think. So let's remove that. Let's stick with that. I'll throw you another second rounder, and then let's say we threw them, I guess, Tariq Whitehead. I don't know if that will make a difference, but I like Tariq Whitehead. But if we can get Don't Connect, I mean, that would be awesome. And we do get him. So just like that, Don't Connect and a first-round pick for Claxton. Yeah, we did throw in Tariq Whitehead, which is a little unfortunate, but I'm very happy with the haul we got. So just like that, it is kind of a full reset roster. There's a lot to figure out with the rotation, don't get me wrong, but we will figure it out in due time. So very happy with it regardless. And now we just need to resign who we want to resign. So now we're not resigning D'Lo probably, unfortunately, but Dylan Harper is going to be moving to point guard here in a little bit. Gabe Vincent's not going to play in the rotation. Connect obviously could be moved around if needed, but Cam Thomas and, you know, Keon, well, I don't know about Keon Johnson. We'll figure that out. But Joe Wilson, Conrad, and then Ron Holland, Noah Clowney, and then Visage. So we definitely need a center here in free agency, although Daron Sharp obviously could be our starter next year technically, which I'm not opposed to. He could be our starter this year, and then maybe we, down the line, obviously go elsewhere. But now we probably have more cap space than ever could imagined. So I don't know if there's like a free agent worth going after at the center position that's here right now. It would be interesting if there was. Let's see. Is there anybody worth our time? No, not really. So I think we'll just rock with Daron Sharp for a year and tank again. So let's start with re-signing Cam Thomas to a deal. So 25 flat seems pretty good for Cam Thomas. And then Melton, we want re-sign. Sharp, I'm going to do kind of the same thing. We can go like a 7.75 flat rate. And then D'Lo, I like D'Lo, and I know he has a lot of you know, ties with Brooklyn in the past and now, and then of course the now, but I don't really want to bring him back. So we're gonna go ahead and renounce pretty much everybody here. Don't plan on bringing any of these guys back. And then Trent and Wofford, I could bring back, but I probably won't, just because I know in 2K doesn't progress like anything. So that will be a nice little start, and then we'll worry about Zero Williams. So Zero Williams gets an offer sheet. I don't want to match it. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to pay him that much money, so I'm not going to match Zero Williams' offer sheet. The Charlotte Hornets can have him. So the only two we're bringing back is Cam Thomas and Daron Sharp. So, yes, while we have the money to go after like a James Harden or something like that, I'm going to just let it roll over into next year. So, no point guard, but like I said, that'll be moved in due time. So this is going to be kind of our new rotation. We're going to be bad again, which is fine. We have a great future ahead of us. Let's go to player progression and see what that's looking like, and that will determine a lot. So Cam Thomas up to an 86. Connect is already up to an 80, which is great. Ron Holland 78. Clowney is down, or sorry, up, and Gabe Vincent is down. So I will see you guys in the rotation though, and we'll really see what this will be all about in year number 2. So here's gonna be the rotation for year 2. It's gonna be Dylan Harper running the point guard with Cam Thomas. We got Donald Connect at the 3 now. Ron Holland at the 4. Daron Sharp, Keon Johnson, Noah Clowney, Gabe Vincent, Jalen Wilson, and Dennis Smith Jr. So immediately I'm already noticing some problems because there's a couple guys getting minutes that I care nothing about for our future. So let's go ahead and kick out, first off, Gabe Vincent. Again, Gabe Vincent will not be playing this year at all. I don't really care about him playing. And then we're going to move out also Dennis Smith Jr. for a Visage. So that is what we'll rock with for this season. I don't even care what happens this year. We may be a playing team. We might be a lottery team. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day, because honestly, I really love what we were able to do in that first offseason. We got Connect, Ron Holland in the same offseason, and yeah, it feels pretty good. So now all I want to look at is shot tendencies to kind of see who's going to be scoring. So obviously we know Cam Thomas' shot tendencies are ridiculous. Harper's is an 80 and 85 out of the draft, so we'll just kind of see how it goes. It just all depends on how, I mean, 2K is not very high on us. We're the 30th power ranked, which is fine. Like I said, either way, I'm totally cool with what happens. If we're a lottery team, great. If we're a play-in team, great. If we're a playoff team, crazy, but sure. We'll just see how this season ends, where hopefully, you know, my ideal position would be to obviously tank this away and walk away with AJ DeBanza in the 2026 draft, but that's just my dream scenario, but we'll see if it works out that way. So Luka Doncic in that Lakers jersey wins MVP, flag, Rookie of the Year. RJ Barrett, 6-man, Wembanyama Defensive Player. Connect wins Most Improved, which is cool to see. And then Paul Banchero, Clutch Player. Tom Thibodeau, Coach of the Year. Nathan Mack is your executive. And yeah, so here's your NBA first team. Does Cam Thomas magically make it here? No, he doesn't. But all defensive first team and all defensive second team. All rookie team, Dylan Harper does make it, averaging 18 points per game in his rookie season, which is great. And then Conrad also made it on there, averaging 8 and 40% from 3 also. I don't know how many shots he took, but that's pretty awesome. 199 shots. Okay, we'll take that. And then we had, we did not make the playoffs, by the way. So that did not happen, which would have been awesome, but it didn't happen. So we are the 12th seed again, kind of like where we were last year, 33 and 49. But here were your player stats. So I assume Cam Thomas averaged like 27 or something. No, he averaged 24 this year. But 24, 18, 15, 11 from Keon Johnson, 10 and 11 from Daron Sharp. So not horrible. Now, obviously, in the future, I prefer if he is more of the backup 5, but decided to start him this year just because we traded Claxton away. Let's go ahead and see who goes on and win it all, and then we can watch another lottery unfold in front of us as Dallas gets it done this year. So for the retirements, LeBron James is going to retire, and now for the lottery. So just like last year, we could probably watch this bad boy again. We have a little bit better odds this year, so we were 8th best last year. Now it's 7th best. So let's see what happens here. So Lakers are going to be at 14. You know what? I don't think I'm going to watch this one. We're going to just skip the results and see if we get lucky. And you know what? A top 3 pick, once again, can be upset with that. We'll absolutely take that. The Knicks, Washington, that's wrong. And of course, the Thunder via Utah is wrong as well. So Thunder have, dude, I swear I saw the Thunder like 4 times. So Thunder, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lottery picks for the Thunder. That's insane. But one of them is wrong. Should be going to Utah. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the other ones were wrong too, but I'm just very aware that that Utah pick is protected from my previous Utah rebuilds. But Jorge Fernandez is the head coach. I don't know if I want to replace him just yet. I think I'm going to leave him for now, but, you know, maybe next year if we're not better, then he could be, you know, fired or whatever. So let's fix that. You know, this is what I usually do to fix these, by the way. I just simply go to the Wizards, and then we'll do this really quickly. Yeah, I don't need to show you guys this. I'll just see you guys in draft night with who we pick at 3. I would have loved to have gotten 1, but number 3 is still great too. All right, so number 1 will, of course, be AJ to Phoenix, and then Boozer will be 2. So, yeah, missing on both those guys is a little heartbreaking, but we could walk away with Darren Peterson as well, so that's not horrible to be upset with. So, welcome to Brooklyn, Darren Peterson. So, not bad at all. That might make Cam Thomas more expendable in the future, or I guess Connect can move to the bench, and Darren Peterson can be the starting small forward, whatever we decide to do. But Connect, Ron Holland, and also Noah Clowney is going to be kind of what we rock with there. Jalen Wilson's a free agent. And then for free agency, we have Keon Johnson, Jalen Wilson, Gabe Vincent, all as the free agents. So now it's time to figure out rotation again. So Harper is the point guard still, Cam Thomas, and then we just drafted Darren Peterson. And then I think what I might do is I might move Connect back to the back to shooting guard, and then we'll move Peterson to the 3. I think that'll just probably work out best. So Connect's gonna go back to shooting guard. Peterson's gonna go to the 3 because I want him to start right away. So we'll do something along the lines of that. And then we need to, so Connect, and then Conrad as our rotation's great. Drake Powell is going to be somebody that gets really good here soon too. Clowney and Ron Holland at the 4 is still fine to me as long as Ron Holland keeps developing, which he averaged 8 last year and 32% from 3, which is definitely progress. What did he do a rookie season? 24? Yeah. So we'll absolutely take that. That's a huge jump in 3-point efficiency. So not bad at all. And then center. I think the biggest thing for me is getting a new center this offseason, which we should have the money to do so. I don't really care about keeping any of these guys here in free agency because we just have depth for days for those positions. So we could probably let all those guys walk. Now, what center do we want to go for is the question. So we have Luka Doncic, Durant, all of that. Chet Holmgren is here as well, which would be crazy. The Thunder would more than likely match that. But you know what? We'll just throw an offer sheet at him anyway. Let's just see, just in case they don't sign him back. Jaren Jackson is unrestricted, but not someone I want to play in the center. Vucevic is obviously not who we're going to go for. There is Mark Williams, there is Walker Kessler, and then there's Hardenstein, and then there's Jalen Duren. So a lot of different options here, but you know, if there was one, if I was going to choose, I guess it would be Jalen Duren. So let's throw an offer at Jalen Duren. Why not? We're going to give him an absolute bag, and we'll see if he signs that. You know, if Chet decides to come to Brooklyn, which I assume it would just get matched, so I'm not going to try. Yeah, the Thunder match it. And the Pistons did not match Jalen Duren's, though, which doesn't surprise me because, like I said, Detroit usually used to get rid of Jalen Duren like it was nothing. So Duren's our new addition in Brooklyn, so we give him a new contract. Honestly, maybe a little too overpricey, but we're so young right now that it doesn't even matter at the end of the day, and he'll be a really good starting center for us. Sharp will be a nice backup, and I almost think I'm cool with this as the rotation next year. The only thing I would improve is maybe our backup point guard position, I guess, if there was anything we could do about that. So there's AJ Mitchell, which I won't go for him today because I've gotten him a couple of times. There's Davion Mitchell as well. So let me get Davion Mitchell on a 1-year deal, and we'll just call it good there. So that will be our offseason. So welcoming in a new lottery pick. top 3 pick, that is. And now we've added Jalen Duren as well. So Cam Thomas up to an 88. Harper is already up to an 86, which is great. Duren 86, Connect 84. Pearson will start this year. Mitchell has regressed, and Visage is up to a 75, and Drake Powell is up to a 75. So all great player progression to look at. Let's go take a look at the lineup for year number 3, and let's see if this team is ready to maybe make a postseason run. So here is a rotation for this next upcoming season. So it's going to be Dylan Harper, Cam Thomas, Peterson, Ron Holland, Jalen Duren, Dalton Connect, Clowney, Daron Sharp, and Conrad, and Davion Mitchell. I'm going to rock a 9-man rotation. I don't need Mitchell playing that much, even though we paid him. So my apologies, Mitchell. Only gave me a 1-year deal, so I'm not committed to you going forward. Now, our proficiency is a little bit more disappointing than I would have liked to have seen, but it is what it is. We got to leave it how it is, and I like our team a lot. Ron Holland may not be the answer at power forward for the future. He's only a 79 at this point, but we'll see what it turns into. Power ranking lands is a 26th overall, so it's better than last year. It wouldn't totally shock me if this is the year we made the playoffs, though. We're off to a pretty solid start. It's a damn good-looking roster, but will it be a playoff team? Maybe a play-in team is the most optimistic we can be, but I'm pretty sure this is a good spot to be in because I don't even know if we have our 2027 pick. We might. I'm not sure if we do. But so far, we're off to a great start. So this year very well could be a play-in/playoff season for us, which is fun to think about. Well, guys, this was a pretty crazy season. I'll show you why in just a second. Edwards is your MVP. Boozer is your Rookie of the Year. Gigi Jackson, 6-man women defensive player. Tyson Most Improved, and Steph Curry is your clutch player. And Chris Finch, Coach of the Year, and Nathan Mack is your executive. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, and All-NBA third team, as Dylan Harper makes it already. So I guess it's not too shocking to see where we're at right now. So I thought this would be like a play-in/playoff season for us. Peterson averaged 16 out of the gate as well on great efficiency, so love that. But we were the first seed in the East, guys. That's pretty wild to think about with how young we are, but that's just kind of the effect Brooklyn has in 2K. Cam Thomas averaging 24. Dylan Harper's averaging 24. 16 from Peterson. 14 from Connect. 12 from Jalen Duren. 8 from Clowney. 7 from Ron Holland. And 7 from Conrad. And 6 from Daron Sharp. Just a pretty wild season. Not something I expected this year. First seed was not even remotely what I thought we'd be. But do we go on a deep playoff run? I don't know. Do we get bounced in round 1? It wouldn't totally shock me either. We get Charlotte in round 1, so this should be a matchup we are able to win. Let's see if that ends up being the case. And we are down 3-2 right now. So let's simcast game 6. So they want to put Ron Holland back in the starting 5, which is fine. So simcast game 6 to see if we can't force a game 7. We don't want to be the most fraudulent first seed in history here, because losing to Charlotte would definitely mean that. And it looks like we will force a game 7 at the very least. Now we got to go back home to Brooklyn and escape with a victory here. Now, I'm gonna leave it. I know they want to put Clowney back in, but I'm gonna leave it with Ron Holland and see if we can just build off what we did last game. So far, so good, but can we keep the pressure applied, or are they gonna get back in the game? They're slowly getting back into it, but they never will get fully back into it. We're moving on to round 2. So we win a playoff series against Charlotte, and now we get to play the Indiana Pacers. So Halliburton, Nembhard, Mathurin, Siakam, and Turner. So this is gonna be a tough matchup, of course. Game 1 goes to them. Game 2, they're up 2-0. Do they go up 3-0? Yes, they do. So we're not ready to beat a team like the Pacers yet. So while we did win a series, which is fun, we were not ready to win the whole thing yet. But, you know, it just goes to show that we're more than ready to eventually do that. So the Pelicans go on to win the championship. So DeJounte Murray, Edgecombe. You know, you might be wondering why I was about to say Draymond Green, because immediately I was like, you know what we need? We need a power forward like Draymond Green. That's what we need. And not him, because he's just not good enough anymore. But that would be, I think, exactly what this team needs to push us over the top. So we had a pick, or live projected pick, maybe? It looked like we had the Knicks pick. Yeah, so that's great. Phoenix, Rockets via Phoenix. And then we have the 14th pick. Do we have anybody else's pick? We have Detroit's pick as well from that trade with Cam Johnson. So I guess we got to keep Jordy Fernandez, don't we? I mean, we were pretty good with him, so I think moving on from him would not be justified. But yeah, Ron Holland, I love, but if he's not going to develop more, we need to find a power forward, and we have 3 first-round picks. I mean, we just were the first seed, so I'm not really looking to add 3 rookies to this team again, honestly, but we may not have a choice right now. So I might just draft here, and then these guys might all be trade guys in the future. But we're going to take J.J. Andrews here. And let's take the other guy here. So Adams, we have Carmelo Anthony's son, I believe. And okay, so I'm going to let the assistant AI take care of the rest. So Jacobson will sign all these guys, but guaranteeing you are, I'm going to say I'm not guaranteeing they're staying in free agency. So do we have any free agents to worry about? Just Clowney, who, wow, he wants way too much money. I can't get there. Although, how many threes did he shoot last year? He shot, damn, okay. All right, I see you. He shot 315 and shot 40% from three. Maybe he is worth it. Maybe he's exactly the power forward we need to continue to start for us. But 25 million is just, I don't know if I could get there, man. Let's see. So we can renounce everybody else, of course. I really don't even know what power forward I'd want, though. So maybe Clowney is the answer, though. Let's see. So power forward that we could trade for. That I don't even want this power forward to score that much, to be honest with you. I want them to just come in and play defense, really, and just be kind of like a support player, which is why I was immediately thinking of like Draymond Green. I mean, there's Josh Hart, but he's not even really a power forward. I know he plays like one, but Tari Eason, Jeremy Sohan. Sohan is kind of, you know, kind of what I would be thinking about. Someone who could just be, but I guess we kind of have it. Maybe we have it at home with Clowney. Maybe that's who it is. Maybe that's what we have. So maybe we just sign Clowney back. I got to make sure he doesn't get like a good offer. I mean, he has one offer already. Man, I guess we'll give him this. I mean, he shot 40% from three. Could be kind of a cheat code, I guess. I don't know if I like this contract, but I'm going to give it to him anyway, I guess. See what he does with it. Although he may not take it. Let's see. We're still his number one offer. Seems like a lot of money to give to Noah Clowney, but he might be our starting power forward for the future. So that is what we're doing. And I think we'll probably already be better anyway. And we won't have to trade for a power forward. So maybe we'll just have it at home. Now, fingers crossed he develops a little bit, because if he doesn't, this is going to suck. So he's up to an 83. So I guess I could be happy with that. Ron Holland 81. So Clowney will be the new starting power forward next year. His 3-point shot is now an A+. Cam Thomas has gone down, but Harper is up to a 90. Peterson's already up to an 86, and Connect is up. So yeah, this is a damn good looking team already. Avicic has not developed that well. So we will have, of course, Daron Sharp continue to be the backup 5. Now, we also have Drake Powell, who's ready to play this year. He's developed really nicely. So I think I might even move him at small forward, because I know he'll go up as well there. So he's up to an 82 there. This team could go win a championship next year. Not even going to lie to you, because of how good this team has developed and how well we've been able to draft, because we've gotten lucky and got two third overall picks. So let's look at the rotation, though, this year, and we'll see if our proficiency's even better, because it wasn't very good last year. Let's go take a look at it. Proficiency has jumped up to a 3.5, which I guess I can feel okay about. 14th seed, 14th power rank, but let's take a look at the rotation. So this is what we're going to rock with. Dylan Harper, Cam Thomas, Darren Peterson, Noah Clowney, who just got signed to a big payday, so I need him to be pretty much Draymond Green, I guess, with a 3-point shot if possible. Jalen Duren, Dalton Connect, Drake Powell, Ron Holland, and Conrad. So it's a pretty damn looking team. The only thing I have a problem with is Daron Sharp's not getting minutes, but I guess we'll just rock with it and see how it goes. So we will see y'all at the end of, what, is this season 4? We got the first seed last year, so fingers crossed we're able to do that again, but we shall see. We're off to a decent start so far, but I think eventually we'll get on a roll and start to rack up some wins, and maybe we get the first seed again. I guess we shall find out. I'll see y'all at the end of year 4. So Jokic wins MVP. Stokes is your rookie of the year. Jarris Walker, 6-man. Wemby defensive player, and Koa is your most improved. Jason Tatum clutch player, and Jordy Fernandez. As you guys can see, the season went extremely well. 65 and 17 on the season, and here is all NBA first team. So assuming to see Harper on here again, and we do get him on here, so that's awesome. He averaged 21.5, 6, and 8. So I assume Peterson probably stepped up his scoring as well. And then here's your all-defensive team. So no nets or anything like that. But we did, once again, get the first seed in the East. And we could maybe draw the Pacers around 2 again. We shall see. With 21.5 from Dylan Harper, 21 from Cam Thomas, 16 from Peterson, 14 from Jalen Duren, 14 from Connect, 12 from Drake Powell, 10 from Clowney with 6 rebounds. So, I mean, he's jumped up to an 84 overall, and he shot 43% from 3 on 5 attempts a game. So, yeah, I mean, this is exactly kind of what I would have wanted at the power forward spot. So, I guess he was worth the investment, and I was thinking about trading for one while it was sitting right in front of me. So, I didn't even need to. But in round 1, we draw the Detroit Pistons. So, this will be a tough one. We gave them Cam Johnson earlier, or they do still have him. I'm going to say, it doesn't look like they have him anymore, but no, he's just in a smaller role now. So, we have Ron Holland from them, of course. But I like my starting 5 compared to theirs, and Connect as a 6-man. So let's see how it goes. So many current round, and we will sweep them. Off to a great start. We don't even get to see the Pacers. Would have loved to have gotten some revenge on them, and instead it's Orlando, which they have a good-looking team as well. So let's give them the respect, and let's see if we can't go game by game here. So game 1, blow them out. Game 2, 2-0. We have not dropped a game so far. Are we going to continue to be undefeated here? Bro, I'm not saying, but I am saying we get a 7-seed Chicago team. I would not be surprised if we go undefeated in the East right now. It wouldn't shock me. Can we do it? Game 1. Game 2. Oh my gosh. Could it happen? Dude. Wow. We did not drop a single game in the East. This team has just been built extremely well. And the crazy part is we didn't do anything that insane. But Cam Thomas, obviously, like I said, he has great. He's so good in 2K is what I'm trying to say. The only thing we really did in free agency was sign Jalen Duren. Yes, we traded for Connect and Ron Holland, but outside of that, it was simply just drafting and what was already here. So it's been kind of beautiful. But now we get to play the Pelicans. So VJ Edgecombe from the same draft class wins Finals MVP in the conference finals, and now we get Dylan Harper versus Edgecombe. So Edgecombe has stepped up big time for the Pelicans. They have Wiseman as starting center with Missy, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, Zion. So here goes nothing. Game 1 goes to us. No way we go undefeated, right? Game 2, no way. This ain't gonna be okay. They finally win 3-1, but it does not matter. I think we're gonna beat them in 5, aren't we? Yes, we are. What a beautiful way to end this one, guys. What a beautiful way to end this one. We dropped one game that entire playoffs. Dylan Harper, 26-10. We literally swept everybody in the East. That is the Cam Thomas effect, I believe. We've seen them win the championship with some crazy looking rosters that aren't even that good, and they win it all anyway. Shout out to Cam Thomas. Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets. If you can get lucky and get 2 third overall picks in the last couple of years, who knows? Maybe it can be the Nets winning the championship here soon. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. It was a very fun video, and it was very organically sound as well, which for some of my favorite type of videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank y'all for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.